Incredible. One of the worst performances of my career, and they never doubted it for a second.
Number 20. Happy Gilmore, Happy Gilmore.
That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me! Suck my white ass ball!
One of Adam Sandler's most enduring comic roles, Happy is not a happy camper. An unsuccessful hockey player turned golfer, Happy is short-tempered and prone to hilarious outbursts.
It's about time.
Hey, it is about time. I mean, I just couldn't get the ball in the hole. I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it.
Happy even throws hands with none other than Bob Barker of The Price is Right, his golfing partner, and quickly learns the score.
Now you've had enough, bitch.
Happy's determination to win the tournament to save his grandmother's house from foreclosure, however, wins the day. As it turns out, Happy was based on Sandler's childhood friend, who too had been a hockey player with a truly fast swing. Sandler's physical comedy and line delivery are spot on, making Happy one of his most iconic roles.
You like that, baby? Let him know where that came from, yeah!
Number 19. Enigo Mononttoya, The Princess Bride.
I swear on the soul of my father, Domingo Montoya, you will reach the top alive.
With many iconic lines, Mandy Patinkin's Enigo Mononttoya proves that even villainous henchmen are human too, and are sticklers for the proper use of vocabulary. From his politesse in dueling the dread pirate Roberts and friendship with gentle giant Fezzik, this swashbuckling Hamlet's greatest motivation is to avenge his father's death.
Without a word, the six-fingered man slashed him through the heart. I love my father.
This six-fingered Claudius turns out to be Count Rugen, whom Inigo finally duels in the climax of the film, finally uttering what he had been dying to say to him for all these years.
My name is Enigo Mononttoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
It's a great parody of the typical revenge plot, with the most endearing comic character.
My name is Enigo Mononttoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Number 18. Gracie Hart, Miss Congeniality franchise.
I haven't slept all night, I'm starved, and I'm armed. Don't mess with me. Ooh.
What do you get when you put a tomboy in a beauty pageant? Comedy gold, obviously. Gracie is a rough and tough FBI agent, constantly overlooked and disregarded by her colleagues. When they receive information of a possible terrorist attack at a beauty pageant, Gracie goes undercover as Miss New Jersey.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Ah!
Hilarity ensues as Gracie struggles with and warms up the beauty pageant world, as well as successfully foiling a terrorist plot regarding a bomb in the Crown. In the end, Gracie reconciles both her masculine and feminine sides. Sandra Bullock's charm and chops as an actor in portraying Gracie's toughness and femininity elevate the film to a whole new level.
Most important thing our society needs.
That would be harsher punishment for parole violators, Stan.
Number 17. Lieutenant Frank Drebin, The Naked Gun franchise.
Me, Frank, your buddy.
Leslie Nielsen already gave a spectacular comic performance in Airplane, with this now iconic line.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Nielsen delivered yet another whopper of a performance in another parody series, this time on detective films. First appearing in the TV series Police Squad, Nielsen's Lieutenant Frank Drebin bumbles his way to solving mysteries, from getting bribed by his witnesses to shooting Shakespearean thespians in a park.
Maybe this'll help.
I still don't think I should tell you.
Can you spot me at 20? How about now?
Nielsen's straight-faced line delivery is a pitch-perfect recreation of your regular police detective. It also brings the comic idiocy of his police work to stark relief. Nobody is going to call this guy Shirley anytime soon. Number 16. Bill S. Preston Esquire and Ted Theodore Logan, Bill and Ted franchise.
Heavy metal.
These great ones are also dum-dums. Bill and Ted are regular high school students destined to be founders of a great utopia. First though, they have to pass history class or else this utopia will vanish into the mist. They are helped by fellow citizen Rufus, and, well, themselves.
What number are we thinking of? 69, dudes!
That's right, their future selves also come to tell them excitedly about their own soon-to-come time-traveling adventures, which is righteous. Sure enough, Bill and Ted meet, befriend, and kidnap several historical figures, including Napoleon, Socrates, Beethoven, and more. Their history report turns out to be a winner, and they pass the course with flying colours, which is like, totally cool.
Party on, dudes!
Number 15. Cher Horowitz, Clueless.
Ew! Get off of me!
If you thought Jane Austen's Emma was clueless, wait till you see her modern counterpart. Cher Horowitz is more than spoiled and privileged. She also has unique opinions on US immigration policy. More to the point, she also has a penchant for matchmaking, taking on the awkward Ty Frazier as her new project. Although Cher is convinced that searching for love in high school is as useless as searching for meaning in a Pauly Shore movie, it doesn't take long for her head to be turned as well.
Nice stems.
Cher's quirky and intermittently shrewd superficiality is comic, especially as she realises the clueless one may just be herself after all.
See, I'm outie. Bye.
Number 14. Beetlejuice franchise.
Which is thing you want me to eat? I'll swallow anything you want me to swallow. Come on down now. Chew on a dog.
This ghoulishly fun performance by Michael Keaton has to be seen to be believed. After a married couple, the Maitlands, get into a car accident and come back as ghosts, they must contend with the presence of the Dietz family living in their home and scare them away. Enter Beetlejuice, who agrees to help scare the family away, but his morbid ways and crude personality wreak havoc.
Come on, don't go yet. Hey, guy, come on. We're simpatico here. Look at us. Huh? We even shop at the same store. Hey, hermano.
Beetlejuice continues on his antagonistic ways when he agrees to help the Maitlands from getting exorcised, in exchange for marrying the Dietz daughter, Lydia. A bigger-than-life personality, even when he is small, Keaton's Beetlejuice is a scene stealer.
Well, I'm back. I feel real good about myself, you know what I mean?
Number 13. Axel Foley, Beverly Hills Cop franchise.
Jesus Christ.
Eddie Murphy already showed his comic chops as Reggie Hammond in 48 Hours, but Axel Foley in this iconic buddy cop film franchise is justly beloved. Street smart, quick-witted, and charismatic, Axel is initially on probation, reprimanded for ruining a sting operation with his reckless actions. Axel redeems himself though, with his sharp eye, impeccable police instincts, and killer groove. Axel's down-to-earth charm and quick thinking is a good antidote to his hard-boiled superiors and is perfect for a more comic take on the crime genre. Murphy's breakout performance shot him into international stardom. Axel's popularity as the leading man is enough to inspire multiple sequels.
You know, this is the cleanest and nicest police car I've ever been in my life.
Number 12. Miranda Priestley, The Devil Wears Prada. Gird your loins, because she is coming. If you don't know the difference between turquoise, lapis, or cerulean, Miranda Priestley is here to call you out on your ignorance.
So sorry, Miranda. I actually did confirm
Details
last night.
of your incompetence do not interest me.
Meryl Streep gives what would have been a two-dimensional villain true icy menace as Andy's horrific boss. Miranda is the editor of a fashion magazine, with the perfectionist if charismatic attitude that threatens to suck down-to-earth Andy into her fashion queen era. Miranda is the boss from hell alright, but she is also a character who has paid a very high price for her success. Also, her cerulean monologue about the relevance of fashion is justly iconic.
And then I think it was Yves Saint Laurent, wasn't it, who showed cerulean military jackets? I think we need a jacket here.
Number 11. Ferris Bueller, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It is his fault he didn't lock the garage.
This fourth wall-breaking miscreant is one we cannot help but love. A slacker student, Ferris takes a day off faking an illness and even goes to the trouble of doctoring his attendance records at school.
I asked for a car, I got a computer. How's that for being born under a bad sign?
From there, he and his friends paint the town. Unfortunately, the school's dean, Edward Rooney, gets suspicious of Ferris's frequent absences and almost catches him in the act. I mean, you'd think it would be less trouble to go to school. On the other hand, we'd never get Matthew Broderick's pitch-perfect performance and his fourth wall-breaking asides.
I'm not European. I don't plan on being European. So who gives a crap if they're socialists? They could be fascist anarchists. It still wouldn't change the fact that I don't own a car.
Number 10. Borat Sagjev, Borat franchise.
I like you. I like sex. It's nice.
Perhaps the most well-known if controversial mockumentary, Borat would be very different without its quirky protagonist. Sacha Baron Cohen's Borat is a fictional journalist from Kazakhstan going to America to make a documentary about American culture and customs.
You had sex with your mother-in-law?
Yes.
I don't think that Americans would find that funny.
No, it is not a joke.
Dumb, provincial, and laughably sexist and anti-Semitic, Borat also sends up the dumb, provincial, and laughably prejudiced parts of American life. Much of the comedy stems from Borat's broken English and quirky, guileless character, contrasting with the quirky Americans he encounters. Offensive or not, Baron Cohen's Borat is one of the most memorable comic personas in a while.
You know, when they... I'm sorry.
Number 9. Ron Burgundy, Anchorman franchise.
You can use my office, and afterwards maybe we can go to lunch.
Will Ferrell has portrayed many iconic characters, including the innocent and naive Buddy the Elf. But Ron Burgundy is an Anchorman who truly deserves the label of legendary. Burgundy is a bumbling Anchorman with no filter. He will also read anything that is put on the teleprompter. No thoughts, head empty.
Ron, I've got to fire you. Well, I've got to fire you. Bing, bong, bong. You're fired, Ed.
Ferrell actually took inspiration for the movie and the character from an interview with a 70s Anchorman, his mannerisms, accent, and even sexism. Which checks out. Burgundy's buffoonery is filled with quotable lines and instances, including the now meme legend,
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Number 8. Regina George, Mean Girls.
You're like really pretty. Thank you. So you agree? What? You think you're really pretty?
The Queen Bee of the school is the de facto queen of this film. There's nothing quite like an antagonist to steal the show, and Rachel McAdams' Regina George is proof of that. Regina is the leader of the Plastics, with a mean plastic personality herself.
Give me your phone.
You're not gonna call him, right?
Do you think I'm an idiot?
Regina's meanness includes many hilarious lines and moments. From gaslighting new girl Katie to preventing Gretchen from making fetch happen, McAdams' Regina's mean girl evil is at legendary levels. Fortunately, or unfortunately, she gets her comeuppance once Janice and Katie's plan to take down Regina is revealed, to the whole school's approval. Fetch may never happen, but Regina definitely did.
That's funny. Put that in there.
Number 7. Dr. Evil, Austin Powers franchise.
Let this be a reminder to you all that this organization will not tolerate failure.
The details of Dr. Evil's childhood may be inconsequential, but they are certainly hilarious. Austin Powers has an iconic main character in Mike Myers' groovy James Bond send-up, Austin Powers. Before that, Myers had already proved his comic chops as Wayne in 1992's Wayne's World. From his iconic bald look to his deadpan tones to his fatherhood issues, Dr. Evil is a lovable villain and a pitch-perfect parody of the typically unsubtle Bond villain.
I'm going to place him in an easily escapable situation involving an overly elaborate and exotic death.
You could say he had the sort of general malaise that only the genius possess and the insane lament.
I'm gonna get you, Austin Powers!
Number 6. Elle Woods, Legally Blonde franchise.
Don't ask.
Wasn't gonna.
Oh my god, you guys. Looks like Elle is going to win the prize of being one of the most beloved characters in comedy history. Like Clueless' Cher, Elle is rich and spoiled, but with an intelligence sharp enough to get her into Harvard Law School.
And for my admissions essay, I'm going to tell all of you at Harvard why I'm going to make an amazing lawyer.
Although initially in it for the boyfriend and vastly underestimated by all around her, Elle bucks down to study and becomes a formidable lawyer. In the climax of the film, her particular knowledge of fashion and perms aids her in winning a murder case. Elle's success makes the feminist point that one can be a great lawyer and also like pink. Slay, queen.
Isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you're forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm, at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thioglycolate?
Number 5. Ace Ventura, Ace Ventura franchise.
Do not go in there. Woo!
I mean, what is with comic films and bumbling detectives, eh? Jim Carrey has made his career creating unforgettable comic characters, such as Lloyd Christmas in Dumb and Dumber. Carrey's The Mask character is also the best example of a live-action cartoon we've ever seen. Yet, our pick is Ace Ventura, another hilariously incompetent detective, trying to solve the case of a missing dolphin.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Carrey's physical mannerisms and extravagant personality have us in raptures anytime. Number 4. Dr. Emmett Brown, Back to the Future franchise.
Doc! Marty!
Marty McFly's adventures in time travel have become one of the most beloved in cinema, and Marty himself is an iconic character. However, this series would have never been the same without Christopher Lloyd's Doc, the inventor of time machines. Doc is an eccentric, frazzled scientist combining typical absent-minded professor shenanigans with a modern attitude.
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
More than that, Doc proves a benign and open-minded mentor to young Marty. Eventually, he grows convinced that time travel is dangerous for mankind and destroys it. Inspired by the appearance and quirks of Albert Einstein and Leopold Stokowski, Doc proves that not all fictional scientists are evil masterminds.
I finally invent something that works!
Number 3. Dr. Peter Venkman, Ghostbusters franchise.
That's right, boys. It's Dr. Venkman.
Who are you gonna call? Dr. Peter Venkman, of course, played by Bill Murray. A professor of parapsychology, Venkman, along with his fellow professors, create Ghostbusters after their first encounter with an actual ghost. Venkman's cynical charm and irreverent, deadpan humor make him the perfect leader of the Ghostbusters.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
As the Ghostbusters bumble their way into capturing ghosts and even establish themselves as a household name, Venkman is the face of the group, taking on the marketing, dealing with the police, and checking out Dana, her apartment, Venkman's down-to-earth professionalism is a great comic contrast with the supernatural entities he captures.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Number 2, Daniel Hillard / Euphigenia Dowfire, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello!
A man disguised as a woman has been a treasured trope in all comedy, to Shakespeare, to Some Like It Hot, to Tootsie. Hollywood legend Robin Williams' Mrs. Doubtfire is one of the most memorable. After his wife takes custody of their kids, Daniel Hillard decides to disguise himself as a British nanny.
Could you make me a woman? Honey, I'm so happy.
Williams' excellent voice acting skills and physical comedy serve him well as Hillard struggles with passing as a believable and competent nanny to his kids. Even when the mask finally slips off, Hillard's love for his children manages to win over his bitter ex. Williams' comic charm carries the day.
The terrorists, they ran that way. It was a run by fruiting.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Del Griffith, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, because his stories are not even amusing accidentally.
You're the guy who tried to get my cab. I knew you, yeah.
Clark W. Griswold, National Lampoon's Vacation franchise, because nothing says Superdad like ruining everything.
Hey kids, look, a deer.
Alan Garner, the Hangover franchise, because he is literally too stupid to insult.
Get a lot of compliments on this. Plus, it's not a man purse, it's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one.
Sally Albright, When Harry Met Sally, because we would all like what she's having.
Oh, yes! Yes! Yes!
Number 1, Jeffrey the Dude Lebowski, The Big Lebowski.
You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
Your name's Lebowski.
Sure, there is the Vietnam-obsessed Walter and his hilarious eulogy to poor departed Donnie, but in the end, the crown has to go to the dude himself, also known as his dudeness, Duda, or El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
No, I do mind. The dude minds. This will not stand, you know? This aggression will not stand, man.
The dude is a slacker bowler, mistaken for a different Lebowski altogether. The dude and his two friends go to the other Lebowski, who hires them to deliver a ransom for his kidnapped girlfriend Bunny. The dude's laid-back, wise-ass attitude in the face of serious threats makes this character a joy to watch. He may be a loser, but at least he's housebroken.
No, not exactly.
So which other iconic comic character do you always gird your loins for? Let us know in the comments down below. Bye!
Where'd you go? Hey! Come on! Hey, where'd you go?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.